What's up, guys? Big with FemaleDriven. Today I'm here with Chellee Hansen. How are you doing today?
Awesome. Doing really good.
Awesome. How long have you been into drifting? When did you start?
For me, I started in I started about 2020.
Okay.
I really started about 3 years prior to starting to drive. Awesome. Yeah, it was kind of a progression of, 2 cars and then getting a trailer that fits 2 cars, right? And then we had our separate rigs and then we had to get a truck to fill that trailer that could have 2 cars.
Right.
It takes a little bit of time, but my husband's pretty the stack done. And, he's super good.
That's awesome.
He's always glad to hand it. He loves it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we didn't get into drifting, after together, not separately.
I love that you guys go together and you come out as a team. In terms of right before you go on a run, what's your plan with you guys?
So I guess it depends what you're going into, right? But in general, for me, what's going through my mind is I actually know visualizing. I find that I practice a lot of because driving those cars is quite expensive. Until I can actually, bring in a tire sponsor, I'll be able to get some more time in my other car. But now I spend a lot of time training on the simulator. My coach lives in Sweden, so he helps me on the sim, dial in some tracks. So when I get to the track, I usually do a track walk. We talk about where I'm going to go to game. That's really important. I have all my visuals, and then I go through visualizing mentally. Driving, where I'm going to shift, what kind of maneuvers I'm going to make in particular instinct, right? And then in chase, I have my other kind of visualizing because that can be not predictable, but I do like to have there's a lot going on. So if you can just kind of simplify and always have a routine that you go to, if that's putting on your helmet and your gloves a certain way, that's all those things, right? And then for me, I do a certain move that I practice all the time outside of racing. That when I do touch the part of my body, it reacts and remembers. It's almost like programming my brain. So I've been working a lot on mental stuff for this year, and that's
That's really cool. I like that indication. Applying it not only at the track, but also in terms of building confidence and the learning curve. How do you take some of the mistakes that can happen on the track and implement them and pivot them around for next time?
If I make a mistake on track, I instantly delete it. I just think about the next zone. So typically, if you mess up in a zone, it takes 2 zones to make up for it. So you are kind of SOS. Because you're not going to be dialed, right? But the best thing to do is to not think about, oh crap, I just totally missed that zone. Now it's like, okay, how am I going to nail the next zone? But I also practice that a lot in the sim. So I'll intentionally something like that. I'll go super shallow somewhere. So I also know if the driver in front of me, if they do that, then I know what they're going to do, what their move's going to do. So those are things I go through. This year we have 3D tracks with no sim. So it's going to be all kind of but everybody's in the same boat. So it's all going to even everything out. One thing I feel like I do well is I definitely have a feeling of freedom. And I being able to change, to not overwhelmed or stressed by a situation. You just kind of, not stay yourself back down. Because drifting is not a sport where you're going to get that, or like running where you're going to get that fire. Or even just that fire, to really push. It's more like it's a mental sport in the sense of the opposite way. It's being ready, just kind of lock that up and then really keeping a clear mind, but you got to be very, very on top of it.
Right.
The reaction time is very quick.
Right. You have to be able to learn to adapt really quickly. In terms of somebody that you could talk to, tell somebody that was starting maybe pre-ride in 2020, or maybe even younger, someone trying to get into drifting, what would you recommend what they think about as they enter?
Get on a team. And that's open doors.
Whatever it means.
Then start there and you can pay your way to get there. Because you'll at least see if it's something you want to do.
Sure.
Because to be on a team is going to teach you a lot as a driver. You're going to come in already knowing how everything works with the outfits, with how to be prepared. You're learning so much about and that's how you get better. It's just chasing down the big boys. I mean, that's how I got better. I would pull up behind every pro I could, and I'd be like, "I'm chasing you. Let's go!" Like that's how I'm gonna learn. And then I'll give you the lead, and I probably won't hear my car.
Yeah.
And I'll be terrified, but you know, and you mess up and you learn from it, and like you just be glad you got to drive with one of the best drivers in the world.
Absolutely. And my last question is like the overall goal for the season. Obviously, there's big goals and smaller goals as you go into each run, but what is your overall?
My overall goal is to finish top 10. Awesome. I love that.
Well, we'd love to see you
I'd get
finish
new
top
tires.
10. Yeah, get the tires. Get a new tire sponsor. Well, it's awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you guys.